450,000 Army attacked Okinawa. The U.S. military is almost mobilized in the Pacific Theater. Navy main force. A total of 48 aircraft carriers and 2,500 fighter jets of various types. The final battle before the Japanese door of Japan must be opened with a heavy hammer. At this time, the Pacific Ocean was basically the summer of the U.S. military. The U.S. took Saipan in succession through jumping tactics, Guam and other places. It has broken through Japan's so-called absolute when it comes to the choice of the next strategic target between the U.S. Navy and the Army. The serious differences that have arisen. Proposal was to capture Taiwan. He thinks Taiwan can serve as a springboard for attacking Japan, to strengthen ties with the Chinese mainland, can cut off Japan faster, Southeast Asia life infras, and surround it at a faster speed, and bombing the Japanese mainland. But the army led by Michael Arthur requests to attack the Philippines. After all, the Philippines was once an American colony. After Michael Arthur defeated the Philippines, became a bear commander. He was eager to fulfill his promise that he would come back. 1944 was the year of the Great Snow. Roosevelt's hairball was re-elected as the fourth president. Attack on the Philippines. It also has extraordinary political significance for the United States, but there was a problem. That is, the Philippines is far from the Japanese mainland. It cannot be used as a springboard for attacking military Japan. Needs to take down one Japan. And that place is Okinawa. Okinawa Island, located between mainland Japan and Taiwan. It is only 500 kilometers away from Taiwan, the Japanese island, which is 1,000 kilometers away. It has the advantage of distance. Okinawa Island covers an area of approximately narrow geographical kilometers. The largest island and the southern gateway to mainland Japan. Taiwan has more than 30,000 square kilometers. Not only the defense depth is too large. The Japanese deploy about 20 to 250,000 U.S. Army staff assess cost of landing in Taiwan. And after the U.S. occupation of the Philippines, on the contrary, its position in the domestic defense is more Japan mainland and to the coastal areas of China. All air rights in the sea will be lost. Japan is well aware of the importance of Okinawa, but they don't know the U.S. military's battle plan. The Japanese base camp Taiwan and Chong province are both possible targets. The U.S. military may also directly cross landing on the Chinese mainland or take Iwo Jima and attack the mainland directly. But no matter what, the location of Okinawa is uncheckable because of Okinawa. Basically in the middle of these places, Japan believes that as long as it guards the airport on Okinawa, you can take the initiative in the entire region. After the Mariana Islands failed in July 1944, Japan starts focusing on strengthening the defensive forces and fortifications to defend this crucial island. The Japanese Army transferred the 9th Division of elite troops from China, 24th Division, strengthening the defense of Okinawa. He also appointed Ashima Manchu as the commander of responsible for the operational deployment of Okinawa combat because the Japanese need to hold back the Americans by time for homeland defense. At the same time, the U.S. military is also formulating a battle plan. Strategic vision is to prioritize naval Japanese support and cut off the supply lines to Okinawa, transforming Okinawa into an island, then capture the southwest side of Okinawa about 30 kilometers of Kinlianma as a logistical support base for the offensive. Then the Navy and Air Force. Vitality destroys military targets on Okinawa with the 10th Army as the main ground force. About 240,000 capture Kasuna Airport after cut off landing the whole island to the east. Then launch separate attacks on the north and south eventually of Okinawa capture Island. The Japanese battle plan, precisely tit for tat. They had about 3 divisions on the island at this time. 100,000 forces. Chief of Staff of the 32nd Army Defense It is Xiao Yang, a shameless war criminal, during the Nanjing Massacre, drafted orders to kill all the prisoners. Xiao Yang's plan is to conduct probe defense. When the Americans landed on the island, they covered the beachhead with artillery fought back. Put all the American troops on the beach. However, Miu Damon's chief staff officer, A21 Broadcom, makes one of the few American passers-by in the Army. It's been seen in past battles in the Pacific. Japanese Army don't have the ability to confront the U.S. military head-on. The U.S. military has always practiced human-sea tactics. Number of troops landed on the island must be double or even triple. Plus their powerful naval and air fire support. A plan that is greedy for perseverance will definitely not be achieved. Okinawa does have a natural defense advantage. The island is full of coral reefs, natural caves. If it is converted into an underground fortress, you can rely on the island to fight the U.S. military for a long time. Personally inspected the caves, but the plan for base camp is to turn Okinawa into an aviation base. A decisive air battle with the U.S. military. The Japanese Army no longer has the ability to fight decisively, stopping the construction of the fortress with all your might. Miu Damon took his advice. In order to prepare for the coming war, Japan begins evacuating residents of Okinawa. Had about 400,000 inhabitants. The first group to leave the island are 1,500. However, at this time, the U.S. military has basically blocked the route. Was sunk by an American submarine. After this incident, Japan has decided not to evacuate its residents into the militia. Men, women and children for the behavior of changing the plan without authorization. is angry. September 1944. The base camp dispatched a special person in charge of overseeing their priority construction. So the Okinawa defenders can only come out from the pit island to build the airport. October 1944. American troops attacked the Philippines. Okinawa Island. Airports were also devastated by bombing. The U.S. military simultaneously attacked the port of Okinawa. As Filipino soldiers eat Japanese base camp. 3 divisions were withdrawn from Taiwan to support the Philippines. But in this way, Taiwan's defenders will be empty. So they decided. The 9th Division from Okinawa was dispatched to Taiwan. After learning the order, Ashima and others were furious. The 32nd Army in Okinawa had Division was the only unit capable of combat. But the 32nd Army belonged to the 10th Front of the Japanese Army. Governor General Ondu of Taiwan, Commander Niu Daemon, did not want to surrender his main force. Bought on with the opinion of Niu Daemon. Go to Taiwan to meet Ondu. Ondu believes that Taiwan is more important than Okinawa. They could only transfer the 9th Division to Taiwan. Evil army participated in the Battle of Shuzhou and Battle of Wuhan. Also participated in the Nanjing Massacre. Just because of the transfer to Taiwan, the fate of being completely robbed. Due to the decrease in the number of troops defending Okinawa has changed again. Full order to stop building airports again. Build an underground offensive to replenish troops. Japanese Army signs middle school students they were trained as cannon fodder in February 1945. The Americans attacked Iwo Jima. Visiting the Midway's Kid Island tactics suffered the U.S. Army. The U.S. military originally planned a 5-day battle. This also allowed Niu Daemon to see the advantages. They know that the next target of the U.S. military is Okinawa. So we're expanding the symptoms. Tens of thousands of residents were conscripted into the 7th and 8th grade students and female students. At the same time, the U.S. military is also making final pre-war lessons of past battles, especially the ongoing Battle of Iwo Jima. Let the American personality pay more attention to the Okinawa campaign. In logistics. Okinawa battle logistics far more than any previous battle. American troops are on Saipan. They built huge logistics hubs, hoarding millions of tons of ammunition, food and various equipment. Hundreds of transport and cargo ships established from Hawaii. The long supply line from the Mariana Islands to Okinawa. They organize huge cruises, ammunition ship, repair hospital ship, able to work at sea. Battle fleet for supplies and repairs. Before the battle American troops on Okinawa carried out of high altitude and low altitude photo detailed beachhead topography was map of Japanese offensives and airfields. Basically accurately judged the Japanese defense promulgated in the However, south. For the complexity and robustness of the theft system, still underestimated. Fighting on Iwo Jima and elsewhere in the Philippines, the U.S. military has mobilized 1,500 ships of various landing operations. Total strength is nearly 500,000 win the final battle before the landing in Japan. Duration of the Pacific War. Largest, the deadliest war is about to begin. Stay tuned.